Do 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 do. Okay, so YouTube is up. Facebook is up. All right. So, modded, Madden, franchise, rebuild. I really prefer doing these on here because, well, the AI logic is much better on here. So let's wipe what we had. Some of these other franchises, let's get rid of them. It's so easy. We don't have to do anything. We're gonna go start today, right? So here we are. Off-season re-sign players. So everything is as it should be. We go to here. We go to retire. We go to create a new character. And we could even look up, okay, who's got a new coach? So we could do new head coaches NFL. NFL 2022. Let's see what we got. So we got Nathaniel Hackett. Houston Texans have Lovie Smith. The Raiders have Josh McDaniels. Dolphins have Mike McDaniel. The Vikings have Kevin O'Connell. The Vikings is an interesting one. This is one that I've done a lot of times. Just because I really like to stay in the division here. So I am going to take the staff talent cost modifier and turn it down. None of this is going to matter too much. I'm going to do auto. I'm going to leave this the way it is. And we'll just see where we're at. So we're going to go Vikings. Kevin O'Connell. First year head coach. Minnesota Vikings. We are at a spot right now to re-sign players. I think they've probably already handled what they have deemed necessary to handle. We will see. There are no players to re-sign. So that's interesting. Let's go take a look at league transactions and see Vikings. Let's see who they already signed. Signed, re-signed, franchise tagged. Nothing is here. Okay. Okay, and that's probably due to the nature of the mod. That's fine. I'm not going to be controlling what these staff talents do. They did hire Wes Phillips. That's really not a good tree here. So we're running a 3-4. You got Kevin O'Connell. Let's take a look at the team schemes and see what everybody's running there. Yeah, you got a base 3-4, and it seems to work well for us. We're gonna tread ground where we're at here, right? We're gonna advance the week and get into free agency 1. So here we are, free agency 1. They did just give a 1-year contract to Kirk Cousins. We still have Dalvin Cook, Alexander Madison. Between Thielen and Justin Jefferson, I'm really tempted to try to offload Thielen's contract. Danielle Hunter, I think, is still young enough where we keep him on the roster. So we do have Dalvin Tomlinson at 28. Who do we have here? Harris and Phillips. So not a bad little core right there, D tackle. Our best cornerback is Cameron Dantzler. I don't like that. Harrison Smith at 33 years old at our starting safety spot. I feel like we could probably get better at that position. Let's see. I want to find somebody whose top need is strong safety. He doesn't have a big cap hit, actually, but maybe what we can do, maybe we could get Patrick Surtain from them, and they're 2 and they're 3. I know he's old, but he's a 33. He's a 90 overall superstar X Factor. So I'll give you the 5. You give me that. So Harrison Smith, gone. We get a starter in the defensive secondary at cornerback and Patrick Surtain the second, as well as their 2 and their 3. We move up from our 5. That's not bad at all. Patrick Surtain looks good in that spot. Of course, now we do have the hole there. Eric Kendricks also at 30 years old. I wonder if we might be able to get better at that position as well as younger. So I know that the Ravens typically have, so if they want him, we could maybe get like Nick Bolton, or they have Patrick Queen. I think the Chiefs is who have Nick Bolton. So give me Nick Bolton. I'm okay with Nick Bolton. You give me Nick Bolton, your 30th and a 2nd. I'm just going to pick up a ton of draft capital here. We're going to do our best to move up. I doubt a 6 is enough to pull this off, but maybe we dip into next year's bag of tricks and we give them a future 4. Okay, we're going to give them a future 3. We're going to give them a future 3. They get Eric Kendricks. We get Nick Bolton, a 1 and a 2 in this year's draft. Kendricks is 30 years old. He's not going to get any better. They did just sign Jordan Hicks, which I'm not crazy about that signing, if I'm going to be honest with you. So we have Wonnum. We have Tomlinson, who is a star. I mean, I would also be okay moving away from Tomlinson, even though he is a star. Let's look at the Browns. So the Browns have some people here. I know that they have Grant Delpit. They do have John Johnson III. Let's look at cornerback here. I'd love to pull in Greg Newsome. Greg Newsome with his speed and his height would be huge on this team. If they would do this straight up, I would do it. Okay. I ain't mad about that. Okay, so now you have on the defensive side of the ball, no Tomlinson. Kendricks is gone. Then we have Greg Newsome II at 6 foot, 93 speed with 78. Man, 82 zone. I definitely like him paired with Patrick Surtain. We got really young in the secondary here. They're pretty comparable. Cameron Dantzler isn't bad necessarily, but he's really slow. So what I'm actually going to do is we are going to edit Cameron Dantzler, and he's going to become our strong safety. He's not fast enough to do much else with, but I think strong safety will work out well for him. I think that'll be good. So he moves to a 72 at strong safety. He keeps his star status. We get better at cornerback. Harrison Smith being gone, of course, that's a big chunk of our defense. But here on offense, you know, who do you got? You got CJ Ham. That's fine. We don't have tight end depth. We need wide receiver. I'm going to pull open... Well, I'm just going to pull open some notes on my phone here, and we will take a little note of, you know, positions to address. So we're just going to look at, you know, O-line. We're going to go down the line. Wide receiver, tight end depth. QB is definitely on there. I wouldn't mind making a move for, you know, a QB already in the league. I'm going to say right outside linebacker, free safety for sure. Cornerback depth wouldn't be bad. And then left end and right end. I think that really does it for like our positions of need here. Oh, we have Cousins. And listen, man, I'm not crazy about Cousins. I never have been. But he's not bad. He's certainly okay. Alexander Madison at 24 years old is our backup. I'm also okay with that. I'm not going to get too much into the depth chart and switching things around until maybe we get a little bit further in. So we've moved up a lot. We offloaded some cap. Let's see who's sitting around in free agency. Not a lot of people are going to be left at this point. But there are some people that are maybe some Band-Aids. We don't have a ton of money, but you know what? There's a lot of wide receivers in here that I really wouldn't mind bringing in. He should be on the Chiefs, so I guess that hasn't been fixed yet. Auden Tate is interesting. Richie James Jr., Demir Bird, Traquan Smith. Yeah, now we're just kind of right back where we were. You know what? I will sign Dante Pettis if he'll take it. I will keep Dante Pettis if he will take it. I really like Dante Pettis. I'd like to have him on the roster. Extra sweet and sour sauce coming in, dropping some sour sauce. What's up, my dude? Happy to have you in here. Appreciate you coming in, dropping some likes on the stage, on the page today. Bok, he says. Walk? Bok. Anthony Ferkser is interesting. Certainly better than what I have at a 70 overall. I will give him a 1-year contract if he'll come and play. We don't have enough money to really offer anybody much. You have Ethan Pochik, who could easily come and play right guard for us, but I feel like we could also just get better at that spot in the draft, probably. You got Trey Turner. Will Hernandez is interesting. He's an immediate upgrade in that spot, but I don't want to give him a lot. I don't want to break the bank to bring him in. I'll give him a small deal. He's not even gonna look at that. We'll up the bonus and see what that does for us. 46. We're within range now. We'll up it to 2.5. That's as far as I can go for him. I can't go any farther than that. We have a lot of areas of need. I'd really like to bring in some people that, like, I want impact players, but that's the problem is I don't have money to hire impact players right now. I could maybe float one more offer to Derek Barnett. I wouldn't mind Barnett on the squad. I can't offer him much more than this. I really just can't offer him much more than what we're at. Just devastate the cap. 48. Okay, so let's try again here. We take it up to 3. If we were to go up to 165, how much can we really get away with here? That's not bad, man. 55 total points. So we got him into semi-decent range. Let's look at some team salaries. This is the 2021 cap penalty. We are still in the 2021 season. Player release penalty. Who has the most? Kirk Cousins saves us a ton, but we cannot afford to eat that. So they have Zadarius Smith on the roster. I forgot that they did sign him. I'm okay with that signing. Maybe not for the amount of money he got. Maybe not, but let's see. Irv Smith. You got this guy here, Schlottman. We're going to release Schlottman. That gives us not much, but a little bit to work with. We can also get rid of Blake Lynch. He's a 65 overall. I don't think he's going to progress much from where he's at. So I just don't think he's going to. I think for us, it makes sense to move away from Blake Lynch to release him. We're going to have to release these guys anyways. So let's actually just go through what we have here. We got Bynum. We got Metellus. Just not a lot. We got Mannion here, who is eating at our cap there. 850,000 ain't no joke. That's, you know, me moving some of these guys around could be the difference between me bringing in, being able to afford bringing in somebody that I want maybe at free agency, maybe in that area. You're not good enough to be on my team, Zach Davidson. I'm gonna also release you. Okay, so we do have a little bit more cap room to work with here. I think we just cleared up about $4 million. Let's go back in. We have about $4 million left. So I'd like to look at free safety. We're not going to get much younger and better at that spot. Jabril Peppers is always... He's like an easy Band-Aid to bring in, right? Ronnie Harrison, with his age. Is there... What is he asking? Like, how... I could bring him in. I can afford to bring in Elliott. I bring in Elliott at 25 years old. He's a star 81 overall. Immediately helps in the back end. We can't afford anything else. We can't afford anything else. Let's get into week 2 and see what's there. So let's see. Let's see. We have a few offers out there. We have like Derek Barnett. You know, we bring him in free agency. So we got everybody. That's not true. We didn't get Barnett. We get Ferkser, Pettis, and Elliott, which is a big deal. Like, that is a pretty big deal. Oh, man. You know, I'm going to look at Corral and, like, Zapp and Strong and hope that maybe that's enough. It might be a good idea to look and actually see where we're picking in this draft as well. So let's look at our roster, and we're going to go up here and look at our draft picks as well. So we pick at 12 and then again at 30. We have 3 second-rounders and 2 third-rounders, and then we don't pick again until the 6th. So a lot of draft capital up front, which is pretty good. Let's check and see if anybody else is offering on the guys that we're offering on. Barnett is a huge get. Will Hernandez is a huge get. We'll have to see. Let's advance to week 3. I'm really hoping these guys will take the pay cut to come and play. So we did. We got Barnett. We got Hernandez. I like that. Let's look at 5th-year options. Garrett Bradbury's contract. You know what? I would opt to decline that contract and give him something maybe a little bit better. And something more long-term. We're going to have that ability there. I want to look at some of these wide receivers, and I want to look at some of the wide receivers like, you know, Justin Ross. I'd like to look at maybe Alec Pierce. You know, you got somebody like Khalil Shakir. We're gonna do that and look at those guys. So let's see what we're working with here. We have all of that's pretty much good. I think we get one more focus set here in Modern Madden before we get into the draft and see exactly where we're at. So that's a mock draft. So let's see what the mock draft has us taking. This is Todd McShay's final mock draft. Aiden Hutchinson to the Jags. I definitely don't mind that. I would love to get Jermaine Johnson the second. They have us at 12. They have us taking George Karlaftis, who is pretty damn good, you know. We're going to have to make some interesting decisions at the 12 spot. We might even move down if I don't find somebody that I really, really want. So let's go to the draft. Kirk Cousins sitting there is a Band-Aid at best on our long-term problem that we have. So we are going to slow roll it and see who gets picked. So let's see if they... It looks like they're going to go based off of the mock draft. You're going to see Jermaine Johnson go. So let's see who's available. If Kenny Pickett is there, it's real hard not to want to take Kenny Pickett at this spot. And I think it's too hard not to take Kenny Pickett. Maybe not amazing, but I think we kind of throw him into the fire and see what we have. I'm not going to move back up. We're going to see who is there. And you got Charles Cross, who's a top 5 at his position. And we need somebody for the line. I think it just doesn't... It makes too much sense not to pick him up. Switch him over to like left guard and see how he plays. Or maybe right guard, I think, is our position of need there. Okay, so... we have some options now here. We have a few options. George Pickens is interesting. So let's take a look at Pickens. Elite jumping, good speed, all of those things are nice. Ball carrier vision, all of that is good. A good juke move, spectacular catch, run block. He's got to be on a run block, which is interesting. He's maybe somebody that we pick at this spot. I don't hate bringing in Jaquan Brisker. He's 6'1", good hit power, good tackle, good man, and good zone. He's fast, good catching, good play recognition. I think this is a fit for our team. I think Jaquan Brisker comes in, and if nothing else, gives us some depth at strong safety, which I'm definitely okay with having. So here we are again. We have a few more picks here in the second. Traylon Burks. I did really like George Pickens, and seeing as how he is still there, I think we're going to take George Pickens. I think we're going to take Pickens at 6'3". Decent speed, change of direction, all of that is good. I think he is going to contribute in the wide receiver room immediately. And then we're back up at 32. They take Damon Clark. I want to look at Kingsley Onagbari. Good power moves, good finesse moves, good block shedding. Everything about this guy screams that he wants to be on my team. Hidden development trait at right end. Somebody that we needed to bring in to help on the front there. So we're going to pick these last few picks here in the third round. We got a lot of people, man. Like, listen. Not great zone. Well, not good man. He's 6'3" with solid speed. Joshua Williams is interesting. We do need a replacement back there. Amari Barno. You know, you got somebody like Josh Pascal sitting there. John Mechie III. Let's look at also Darian Kendrick. He looks like he might be a better get, but he doesn't look to be as fast. If I'm looking at specifically cornerback, let's specifically look at cornerback here. I've taken McCollum in other ones, and I don't really see I don't really want to do that again. So he's always looking to intercept. BBBB. Great speed. He's a 4.41. Good zone coverage. Good man coverage. Good tackle. Good press. His awareness is good. The only thing that's really a knock on him is his hit power and his play recognition. We're going to take Marcus Jones. He's little, but I think he's going to be a slot guy for us. So, and at this spot, I actually would like to see what we could pick up for next year's draft. This is the 2022 draft. That's a 2, and then another 3 in this year's draft. That's a 2, a 3, and a 4. That's a 3. I don't mind moving down and picking up an additional 2 and 3 in next year's draft. Like, I'm okay with that. I think there's good value there. I think there's still going to be good value. We went down like 8 picks. Like, we didn't move down a lot. We got some people here, man, you know. Let's take a look at Jerome Ford here. He doesn't look bad. He's pretty good across the board, really. I actually really like what I'm seeing in him. We're going to take him in the 4th. Good change of direction. I like that. Let's see what he's about. We're going to bounce all the way to the 6th round and see who is available. Justin Ross being available in the 6th round is too good to pass up on. We're going to take him. Even if he's a lower overall, we're still going to take him. We have another pick at pick 12 and then again at 13. We actually 100% looked at Khalil Shakir. We're going to take him too. He's really fast. He's big. And, you know, we'll just see what happens here. We're back up again. And let's look around a little bit. Let's look around and see what we can get. You know, we didn't address some of the areas of need that we had. Good pursuit, good zone coverage on Malcolm Rodriguez. He's not necessarily a pass rusher, it looks like. He's not a pass rusher, but it looks like he's an in-space kind of guy. We'll add him to the roster for depth. We pick again at 29, and then that's going to be it. So let's take a little, not a lot of time. We're going to look around a little bit. Matt Areza. If I'm thinking about what we need, like it's house money. It's the 7th round pick. We're going to take Matt Areza and then have a punter. He has 99 kick power. We could even make him our kicker. Like, all right, we're going to end the draft. It's going to give us a draft recap, and we're going to see exactly how well we did here. And it's probably not as good as we think we did. Never mind. It's a lot better than I thought we did. So we get Pickett, who maybe doesn't start this year. Maybe we sit him, but that's fine. We get Cross, you know, who, as I said, is actually going to flip. Well, it's interesting. I don't know exactly where I want to take him because we did have somebody else come into that spot. We get Brisker, who, you know, I don't mind Brisker. We get Pickens, who's immediately going to start. Marcus Jones is interesting depth for sure. You get Ford. I'm happy with that as well. I'm happy with Ross and Shakir. Rodriguez, even at a 66, he's got good speed. He could potentially be really good. And then Ariza there. Let's take a look at the roster here. Let's take a look at the roster here, right? So let's look at left tackle. We got Darisaw, Cleveland, Bradbury, Hernandez, and then O'Neal. So we don't really even need Cross there. So that's okay. I'm okay with that. We get Barnett. We have James Lynch, and then we add Onagbari to kind of a crowded right end room. But what does left end look like? We have Wanham. I'm okay with that. Janarius Robinson. We go and we have Phillips. Left outside linebacker, we got Zadarius Smith and Danielle Hunter. Jordan. Kevin Anthony says, I love franchise mode. I'm all about it, bro. First of all, okay? Kevin Anthony, I appreciate you, man, coming and dropping a like on the stream. So he's a run stopper and a speed rusher. So let's look at what Smith is. Run stopper, speed rusher. They want speed rusher. We're going to put him to right outside linebacker. Danielle is going to kick over to right. We have Zadarius and Danielle. We go get Nick Bolton. I really like what we're doing with our linebacking core. Man, Deshaun Elliott helps a lot. Dantzler is still going to be better than Brisker, but I just don't know if he gets the start. I don't know if it's good enough, you know. what do we have at kicker? Greg Joseph. And then at punter, we have Ariza. Jordan Berry, you can just be released. Like, we have your replacement. I'm fine with that. We did pick up... This was this year's. Okay. Kevin says I'm on 5th year of a Lions rebuild. So do you are you playing all the games when you go through? Do you play every game? I do that sometimes in my franchise modes. This is actually on modded Madden, which is quite a bit different on PC. So we're gonna do let's do Vikings. I have to get the progression settings where they need to be. So we're gonna file saved successfully under Vikings. Now what you're gonna see is me back out, and I'm gonna tab up here, go here. I'm gonna open my franchise loader. We're gonna bring up our Vikings franchise, and I'm gonna run the T-Dogs progression tool on the Vikings franchise. So in modded Madden, it actually works quite a bit different. Only if you are not using first time initial setup. So this is going to give us a randomized progression on everybody. I don't know what our team is going to look like. So I come back in here, right? So it ran our progression. It's going to assign and unassign and do some different things. We're just going to have to see what it looks like when we get in there. If you're somebody who has a PC, I would suggest looking into modded Madden. It is a really cool way to play the game. It's a very different way to play the game. So now that we ran our modded Madden franchise, we can open this up and see what we're working with here. Okay. I'm not seeing anything like crazy here. Brisker does look like he's going to get the start. We have Elliott, Surtain, Onagbari. Maybe this didn't run the right way because nothing really looks different here. So let me back out again, and let's go over here to the progression report. I think we can just go to the end. To the Vikings. Yeah, see, Marcus Jones got a big jump. So they're loading the progression report. Okay. So let's load the franchise. Oh, we want the Vikings. Let's look at the Vikings autosave. This is the one that it just did. I don't think it's going to have it done in this one. I love scouting and draft, my two favorite aspects. Yeah, the draft is always a lot of fun. The draft is always a lot of fun. Okay, so it does look like it did this. It does look like it took into account. So let's back up a little bit, and then we'll come back in and we'll see. And you'll see what I'm talking about here. We're going to look at... It did the progression report for the autosave, so we can go back into the autosave. Our rookie that we drafted, Marcus Jones, got like a +11. He should be a lot better. So we're going to look at our lineup and see if maybe some of those changes have taken place. Yeah, so okay. So it did fix it. So if I reorder it, now you're going to see our rookie that we drafted, Marcus Jones, actually went up to an 80 overall. We took a shot on him, and the randomized progression system, it rewarded us for it. So I'm okay with that, you know. I don't see any harm with Onagbari getting the start over Wunham or Watts, considering he's younger. He probably has a higher upside. We're going to make Ariza our kicker and our punter. Marcus Jones is going to get all of those duties over there. So let's see here. He's going to be starting there. We have Zadarius there. I'm okay with all of this. Really, I'm okay with all of this. Osborne, Johnson, Pettis. Let's look at the offense. We're going to go look at Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett's our rookie, and we have Cousins for the year. We might as well see what we have in him, right? So we have that done. Let's just start kind of moving through the preseason, and then we're going to get into the regular season. I'm not going to pay too much attention here to some of this stuff. Let's see. Wide receiver mentorship. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to get into our bye week, make the cuts that are necessary to the team. I know a lot of those cuts are probably going to be in the wide receiver room, if we're being honest. I definitely don't need a fifth wide receiver. Patrick Jones the second. Also, you can probably go. Let's see here. You can go. We're going to keep these guys. Olabisi, I'm going to let walk. And put your team over the cap penalty, it says. KJ Osborne, can I move you to the practice squad? Olabisi Johnson. Justin Ross is also going to go to our practice squad. You know, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Let's go look at week 1. And let's see what we got here. So week 1, it's a clean slate. We're going to start the year off against the Bears. We're going to get a quick look at our depth chart and just kind of go from there. See what we're working with depth chart-wise. Halfback, I'm okay with all of this. Jerome Ford actually moved up to a 75. Wide receiver, George Pickens is going to be my slot guy. I don't really see any harm in shaking that up a little bit. Left tackle, Darisaw, Cleveland, Garrett Bradbury, he went up quite a bit. Right guard, Cross is still a little bit of an upgrade there, really. He's faster. He's not as strong. Better pass blocking, though. And he's just a better blocker, and you're literally an offensive lineman. So, like, that's where I'm going to want you at. Right end, we have Derek Barnett. Armon Watts does not need to be where he's at. On that side, we're going to put Kingsley in this role here. And then you know what? We're going to move Wonnum up to that role there. Armon Watts is just going to get kind of thrown aside, unfortunately. He's not going to get thrown aside. Actually, he is going to go up to starting D-tackle number 2. Zadarius Smith, you have Nick Bolton there. Danielle Hunter. Let's take a look at our cornerback room, which completely got revamped in the offseason. We make the move to get Patrick Surtain the second. We then make the move to get Greg Newsome the second. So we have 2 the seconds there. And then we draft Marcus Jones, who gets a huge upgrade and boost. That's a scary cornerback room. We sign Deshaun Elliott. We draft Jaquan Brisker at strong safety. Cameron Dantzler is kind of the odd man out, but it had to happen somewhere. At our third down running back, I think I am going to give Jerome Ford this role. Slot wide receiver, it's got to be Pickens, man. It's got to be Pickens, and then it's got to be Pettis. Rush left end, of course. And then rush D tackle, we have Harrison Phillips. And we can actually put Derek Barnett on the line as well. Sub linebacker, you know, I'm okay treading ground where that's out. Marcus Jones is going to be there. Max Borghi is still in the practice squad. I don't think I have any room at all to sign anybody that got cut. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go down and kind of look at who's in here. Let's see who got kind of left out on some of these teams. Jalen Reagor is, you know, I thought he was going to be a lot better than he ended up being. You got Cole Turner. 64, 64, 64. Let's go look at some of these guys here just to see if we missed anybody. See if there's anybody in there who got missed that could be uplifting to our team. Rashawn Green. Nah, not really. Go look at some of these guys here. Come on, Martin. I'm new here. I already hit the follow button. Do you stream strictly Madden? How often do you do franchise mode? So I don't stream strictly anything. I'm all over the freaking place when it comes to what I stream. But, yeah, I do enjoy Madden. I actually typically play Madden off stream. But what I stream is really gets dictated by, like, viewership and engagement. So if I'm streaming things that I have good engagement on, I'll stream more of them. I freaking love Madden. I always have. Man, I think we're ready, dude. I think we're freaking ready here. I think we're ready for Bears week 1. And let's see how the team fares. Let's just see how they do. So we get a win. We get a win 34-27. And we get some weekly awards. So let's see who balled out. Danielle Hunter had 14 tackles, 1 sack, 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble returns, and a touchdown. That is insane. That is insane. Anthony Gray coming in and dropping a like on the stream. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here. I hope you guys enjoy your time with me today. Yeah, there's a lot that I enjoy. It's hard because what are we? Aaron Rodgers. I'm just going to say negate scrambling. Let's see. I need to get this open so I can double chat and have my chat open on the other side as well. Hello. How are you doing?
Good.
You're back.
Yeah, I'm going to stay until my grandma and dad are downloading the trailer.
How was school last week?
Good.
Was it good? Yeah.
Wait, no, I didn't have school last week.
Oh, you didn't have school last week?
Yeah, because Carrie had my bug.
Oh.
My bug was the throw-up bug.
Oh. You didn't have it then, though? Only her?
No, I had it too, but it went away in just one day.
That's good. You know what? The same thing happened to Aurora as well. She got sick with it, and yeah, it wasn't fun.
How much days did it last?
It was only a day. It was 1 day.
Like
and then,
mine?
yep, just 1 day, and then she was back to normal, and luckily none of the rest of us caught it, and yeah, we just kind of got back to normal. Back to living normal life. So let's see what we have here. We have an injury. Let's look at the injury report. Oh, it's only a partial PCL tear for Newsom the second. That sucks. That's okay. We got a divisional game against the Packers without one of our best cornerbacks on the roster. We're probably not going to win this game, to be honest with you. We did, 22-16. Wow. Okay. I'm okay with that. The Colts have a just absolutely stacked defense over there. Let's go see.
I like that Pepper chasing Churchill.
Yeah, she's a goofy, huh? The entire defense earned 2,500 experience. So you guys will also know that I don't do any upgrades in this. Oh, she's okay. She sleeps up there. She can get up there. You'll notice that Olasameki is back, man. Okay, that's fine.
Pepper
Week
just
3.
jumped on me and made me and got me hurted.
Did she get you?
Mhm.
You let her know if she does that. You tell her, say no. Say don't jump on me, okay? Because she won't know any better unless you tell her, all right? So week 3, we're going up against the Colts. We started the year off 2-0. I'm anxious to see if we can keep the train rolling. We can keep the train rolling. 31-24 against the Colts. We go 3-0. We are leading the division.
Pet her a little bit. That's Bart. It was a boy. What?
Let's see what we're working with here. Let's see what we can end up getting. So what I was saying is,
She used it when you would show her her nails
we
before, but now she doesn't.
we have, because it's modded Madden, sorry. There's some things that we do and don't do because of the differences to the game. Hey, will you guys take Pepper in there and go play with her in there? Pepper, go play. Go play, Pepper.
Can you close the door? Because we want to be in here. Did you read the note?
Oh, is this the note?
I'm happy you didn't see me run in here and throw it.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. I love you too.
I was trying to make my brother not see it.
Yeah. Well, hey, while I'm doing this, guys, while I'm working, why don't you guys go play outside, okay?
The water was leaking on us.
Oh, that's okay. And we'll take care of it. But I'll be out here in a little bit, okay? And then I'll go hang out with you guys. But while I'm doing this, why don't you guys stay in there, okay? Absolutely. Go ahead. Give it a close. You just, here, look. Just like this. This one's a little tough. You just lift it. But this thing gets stuck sometimes. That thing is looking really good, girl. That thing is blooming good. Okay, I'll see you guys later, okay? Alright, so what I was saying is, on here, there is no, everything's like random. They progress as they progress, you know what I mean? So I'm not picking stuff because the progression system is completely different on modded Madden. It's just not the same as in typical Madden. So we got another win. So these Vikings, this team that we put together in one off season, is 4-0 right now. 2-0 in our division. We got a big win over the Bears. Now we're looking ahead to the 2-2 Patriots. They look like they got a pretty good roster. We're kind of moving pretty good, though. Greg Newsome II goes down. I'm not super stoked on that. Hopefully he can get back soon. And we'll just kind of see what happens. Really proud of how we came and got the job done. Let's keep it up. Da-da-da-da-da. The whole team gets some XP. That's good. We'll take another look at the team at the week 8 mark. Cameron Bynum is back. Let's see how we fare against the Patriots. We're probably going to have a loss soon. I wouldn't be surprised if it was to them. No, we absolutely skunked them. 43-14, just absolutely demolished them. Your Vikings are rolling, man. 5-0. We go up against the Saints here. We got skunked by the Saints. 42-6. Not ideal. 5-1. We're gonna go up against the Bills. They're coming here to our home stadium, and let's see how we fare against them. And then I think this is gonna be week 8. We're gonna look at the team. We get a win, so we're 6-1. The Lions are doing good. The Packers are doing really bad. This is a divisional game here. Let's choose our national focus for our scouts. And if we're being honest, cornerback, I would, that's okay, I guess. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. We have the West. We have all defense. We have, or all offense. I don't understand why it's that way. Let's see what we have here. Our national at CB and wide receiver is fine. We're going to get rid of the tight end scout, and we're going to get rid of the left tackle scout. Left tackle. Scouting assignments. Can I not fire them right now? I don't think I can. Okay, well, I guess we should have done a little bit more at the beginning of the year. So we get Greg Newsome second back. Nick Bolton comes back as well. Let's go take a look at the trade center and see. We can't do any trades unless we offload a big contract. We can't do any trades. We're not gonna do any trades. We're gonna tread ground where we're at. We're 6-1. If we can beat these Packers, we're well on our way to winning this division. We lost 21-14. Okay. Another divisional game here. This is an important one. The Lions are 5-3. We are 6-2. Let's see how we fare against those Lions and just see what happens. We lost 23-16. Ugh, I do not like that. We have 2 new injuries. Let's take a look at the injury report. Darisaw goes down with a dislocated ankle. League suspension. He got suspended from the league. Hicks has a dislocated ankle. Zadarius Smith went down with a groin tear. He's out for the rest of the year. Out for the rest of the year. We are probably going to start losing some games, seeing as a lot of the players that we have are going down. We did just squeak out a win against the Jets. We are 7-3, still atop of the NFC North, though. So that is good. Let's see how we fare against these Cowboys. Paul coming and dropping a like on the stream. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here. We are happy to have you. We got just rousted by the Cowboys. They just skunked us bad. Let's move to our bye week. We have the 4-6 Dolphins beforehand. Then we're going to move into our bye week. And let's take a look at the playoff picture. We're sitting at 8-4, guys. We could be doing a lot worse. We're set to win the division, giving us the 4 seed right now. I'm happy with where we're at. Let's get into week 14. We have the Cardinals. I think we end the year against the Lions. Week 15 is against the Lions. We're not doing bad here, man. We get some people back. Let's just see how we fare for the rest of the year. If we do make playoffs, we'll probably jump in a limited role and play some of those games. We get Patrick Surtain the second back. This is a big game against the Lions. I imagine this has playoff implications. 9-4, we lost. We are still ahead in our division, though, which is really interesting. Really interesting that we're still ahead in our division. So we lose to the Giants. We are still ahead in our division, though. The Bears, it got really hot in the NFC North, man, really quickly. We potentially could not even wild card in if we lose this top spot. And the Bears roust us. We go all the way down to the number 3. I think we lost our playoff spot. We did. We absolutely went from just running this league to nothing. Okay. 10-6. We are 9-7. The second half of the season did not fare well for us. However, we did squeak into the playoffs against the Philadelphia Eagles, both 10-7 teams. The Vikings win the division. The Bears go second in the division at 10-7, and we squeak into the playoffs at what looks to be the 7th seed at 10-7. We are somehow still the 4 seed, even though we lost the division. I'm not sure that's correct, but that's okay. We're going to get in wild card playoff. We're going to skip the strategy and we're going to play the moments. We'll just see how everything fares. We'll see what happens. I'm not looking for an early exit out of the playoffs. I would like us to do something. Would be nice. We'll just have to see what happens, man. I have had a problem in the past with modded Madden actually allowing me to play games. I think I've rectified it. When I try to play into the game, when I try to load into the game, it'll usually get me about this far and then crash. If that's the case, we might not be playing any of these games. I hope it works, though, as I would like to take these Vikings in the postseason and just see what we're capable of. See what we can do, you know? See what we're about. Okay, it looks like it's going to let us in. So let's see what we got. Big third down. I'm not going to jump in. I'll jump in like red zone wise. So we go down 10-0. Third down alert. We will jump in and see if we can get them a third down. On a post wheel. Jefferson over the middle. You got Ford on the outside. Jefferson gets us the first. That is good enough for me. Keep the offense moving. Okay, first quarter, they are back out. We're going to run this Jets New Orleans sweep here. We got Thielen underneath and then Johnson over the middle. So, we're not going to pick it up, but that is going to put us in a little bit better field goal range. So, we get the field goal, you know. Let's see here. Custom plays. Play key moments. 10-3. Our defense is not doing us any favors. We're in the red zone here. Let's see what we're at here. Let's see what we can do. Madison's on the field. Red zone. We are down by 10. What can we do? We're going to push forward up to about the 10. And we're going to run a PA boot with Thielen to the outside. Let's see what we got. That was not good. Hernandez is out. We don't have our leading rusher. That could be a big reason why we're in the state that we're in right now. It's really hard to say. We're going to run a trap play and see if Ford can't pick this up. It doesn't look like he's going to. This is playoff football, man. Like, let's be real. We didn't win our division. We have no business being here. We're going for it. Alexander Madison, what do you got, man? He's got it. There you go. We're going to run it back. We're going to run a PA boot slide, and I'm actually going to just try to hit Ferkser on the outside. There you go. There you go. There you go. PA boot, get it done. They held him to a field goal. Third down alert. They're back. Let's see if they can score. So it's a 4-point game right now. This is really interesting. They want us to make a stop. No, I'm going to leave it up to them. They're going to score. They tie it up. We take the lead. Oh, we get the big lead. Oh, they just are slacking them here in the second half. It was a very close game. But not any longer. Your Vikings are going to move on from this round. And we're going to see what awaits us in next week of our playoff journey here. They played, man. They played it out. They absolutely smacked them there in the second half. They ran away with that ball game. And that was it, man. That was it. So we get our first playoff win. In year one of the rebuild, we go and get us a playoff win, right? So let's go see who we're going to be up against in week 2 of the playoffs. Here we are, divisional game up against the Bears. Will Hernandez is back. We are going to skip the strategy and play the moments. We are missing some key pieces here of our team. Can we beat the Bears? Absolutely. We beat the Bears. That sends us to what? The conference championship? Right? Right? We can win this game. Will we win this game? I don't know. But I know we're capable of it. It looks like Dalvin Cook might be back. Patrick Surtain is still there. Darnell Mooney we got up against. Justin Jefferson is so freaking good. He has had himself a year. Danielle Hunter has had himself a year as well. It's hard to say, man. Like, we can win this game. Question is, will we win this game? That's another question, you know? Let's see what happens. We're going to start off. I'm not going to give them any help here in the initial goings of it. Like, they're going to sink or swim without me here. Red zone alert. We take the lead. 14, up 1. Fourth down alert. We go. It's a 4-point game. 1-point game. Third quarter is upon us. They take the 2-point lead. Going into the fourth, looks like they're about to run away with this game. Or are they? As we jump up with a 5-point lead. As we jump up with another lead. I'm not doing anything at this point. We just got rid of the Bears. Home field advantage. The Vikings are moving on. So, Patrick Surtain was part of the Anthony Harris trade to the Broncos. I traded them Harrison Smith, not Anthony Harrison. It was Harrison Smith for Surtain and like a 2 and a 3. They gave up a lot to get Harrison Smith. He's like a 93 overall X factor. So, but here we are. Here we are going to the NFC conference game in our first year in this rebuild. Up against the 11-6 Niners. How do we fare against them? It's really hard to know. But we are one game away. We are one game away from a Super Bowl appearance. One game away from a Super Bowl appearance with a team that went 9-8, I believe. This isn't, or no, we went 10-7. We did go 10-7, but 10-7 against 11-6. We'll see how these teams match up. We will see if they deem us worthy for a Super Bowl in year one. I mean, that could happen. That could happen. I'd love for that to happen. Surtain just had a year, man. It's really hard. Kirk Cousins is he the answer to our future? I don't know, but like if he gets us to the NFC Conference Championship game with a chance to go to the Super Bowl on the line, how does he fare here, you know? We stop them there. It's third down. Red zone alert. What are we at? We go up. We get 6. Miss the extra point. We're down by 4. It's a 4-point ball game. We're down by a little more. We come back and tie it. 2-minute drill. What do? Looks like they missed the kick. They did go that. They go up by 3. We go up by 10. Oh, they're bringing it back. They're bringing it back. We go up by 14 points. 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It's gone. We're going to the Super Bowl. They just rousted them there at the end. That's it. The Vikings are going to the Super Bowl. In year one, Kirk Cousins does the impossible and leads this rebuilt Vikings brass to a Super Bowl. How does that, like, whatever. Here we are. Here we are, year one. Year one, and who could argue? Who could argue? We're at the very worst, the second best team in football, because we are going to the Super Bowl, my friends. And we are also about to see what we get as far as some yearly awards. Before we get into the game, I would like to look at some of these yearly awards and also some stat breakdowns for the year. None of this is surprising. It does look like Lamar Jackson goes and win MVP. Nick Sirianni, they got some good people here. I'm up at 8th. That's okay. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Kamara. Danielle Hunter wins Defensive Player of the Year. I like that. Malik Willis wins Offensive Rookie of the Year for the Lions. Jerome Ford was in the running for that. He quietly had a very good year. Brandon Smith wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. Jaquan Brisker and Marcus Jones were also in that category. So, best running back, best wide receiver. We have some best O-line things here. Linebacker's going to go to Hunter. Patrick Surtain was 3 for best DB. I'm happy. Like, we are going to go to a Super Bowl here in year one. The 10-7 Minnesota Vikings up against the 10-7 Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's get a stats breakdown on the year and just kind of look and see, 24-12, 59% completion rating. Like, that's okay. Jerome Ford quietly had a very good year paired with Dalvin Cook. Justin Jefferson, great as always. George Pickens in his rookie campaign comes out and puts up 5 touchdowns, almost 700 yards. I think the Adam Thielen experiment is over. We need to move past him. Nick Bolton, who we signed for, comes in with just a massive amount here. Danielle Hunter had 13 sacks on the year. We need to get more pressure from our other players here. Zadarius Smith looked like he was primed for a good year before he had the ACL tear that took him out. Defensively, I would also like to look at some interceptions. Surtain had 6. Hicks had 3. Dantzler had 2. Brisker 1. Marcus Jones 1. Looks like a lot of other people kind of got involved there a little bit. Yeah, man. Like, you know, this isn't typically what I see. I just did another 5-year rebuild on a worse team, or a little bit better of a team than the Vikings, and we never got close to the Super Bowl. So this is interesting, for sure. This is a very interesting turn of events. Year 1 of our Super Bowl. I'm going to say this is just the beginning. Look, man, if we can make it here this time, there's no reason we can't make it back. There's nothing to keep us from that. We get Dalvin Cook back for the Super Bowl. We are going to play our moments. And then we have all the off-season stuff, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Victor Sanchez coming and dropping a share and a like on the stream, man. Appreciate you and welcome. I would have traded Cousins after drafting Pickett. I love having extra draft capital. Your choice works for you. You are very typical of how I normally play, and here's the thing. I'm going to let this play out. I probably would have moved on from Kirk Cousins, but he had a $35 million cap penalty had I moved on from him. He was the best the best quarterback on the roster. I did take Pickett kind of high. I've yet to see what Pickett is. Cousins worked out well for us here. You know, we're here in the Super Bowl. It's a 1-point game, a 4-point game. We're just going to see how they fare, man. Like, you know, they've done this far. I'm going to trust them. It's a 6-point ball game. 3rd down alert. What do we got? What do we got? It's a 9-point. We're winning this Super Bowl. We're going to win this Super Bowl. We're going to get a Super Bowl win in year 1. Kirk Cousins is going to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback. And your Vikings just smacked the ever-living crap out of the Steelers. I don't understand what the hell just happened, but we just won a Super Bowl. In year 1 of our rebuild, we won a Super Bowl. That's going to help in free agency. That helps every single person on the team. We haven't done a lot to look at our roster, but let's go look at this Super Bowl winning roster. They give me a contract extension. We just won a Super Bowl in year 1 with the Vikings, man. Kirk Cousins is playing up to an 88 with morale. Cook is still out for one more week, apparently. Jefferson is up to a 95. Pickens is up to a 74. Cross, who is a superstar superstar, that I did not know that. I wish I would have known that earlier in the season. Danielle Hunter's up to a 92. Brisker is up to a 76. Some of these guys really did grow throughout the season quite a bit. I'm really happy with the people that we did sign. Your Super Bowl winning Minnesota Vikings, year 1, Kirk Cousins, he did do it. And I will ask you this. Do you like that? That's bonus money penalty when trading. Cash can be harsh on some of these bad contracts. Yeah, it was really bad. But it's done. He got us a Super Bowl. So, like, what's the knock? Who cares? Kirk Cousins took us to a Super Bowl. And you also get to a point where you go, Am I stupid to not re-sign him? Am I crazy to not re-sign him? He just won us a Super Bowl. Although I don't think that was on him. If we're being honest. We have a full slate of cap. And there are people that have to get signed. That need to get signed. Garrett Bradbury is among them. He needs to stick around for the foreseeable future. Irv Smith Jr. is somebody I would also like to see stick around. I'm going to give him a small contract, but he's going to take it. Ferkser, I'm probably going to let walk. Olabisi Johnson is going to walk. Armand Watts is going to walk. Greg Joseph, you can walk. Chris Boyd, like, I don't see most of you needing to be here. But that does give us some money with Madison here. If I can re-sign Madison to a small deal, like, why wouldn't I want to keep him on the roster? You know, like, I don't see why I wouldn't. But let's get into free agency week 1. And we are going to see what we do about this Kirk Cousins predicament that we are in. Let's go look at team salaries. And what's the penalty for offloading him? This is the last year on his contract. We have a $26 million penalty on him. He's playing up to an 85. He is regressing. I think it is very much time to look at moving past Kirk Cousins. I like him to the Colts. I'm not even opposed to, you know, what else do you have? Give me Kwity Paye, Naheem Hines, and your second. How about that? How about that? Ooh, you want to. You want to. Give me your second. I'll give you my fourth. You get Kirk Cousins. I get Kwity Paye, Naheem Hines, and a second-round draft pick. And he is gone. Our team now consists of Dalvin Cook, Alexander Madison, Naheem Hines, and Jerome Ford, the rookie. That is a good problem to have. We have Lynch here. I'm not worried about him. We have Barnett, Onagbari, and Kwity Paye under contract now. I'm not going to worry about DJ Wonnum. He's going to be gone this year anyways. I might as well see if there's any type of market for him. The Broncos have a market for him, but they don't have the cap for him. And I don't really want to offload money to make things work. So let's just see what people are worth. Like, I doubt he's going to have a big worth on him, but is he worth a third-round pick? I think he probably is. In real life, no, but in the game. But the trade logic's also different here, too. You know what I mean? So, let's see. What do we have? Some low-level players here. Give me Trey Smith for Wonnum. I'm not really interested in playing this game with the Chiefs about what does everybody want. The Patriots have interest in him. Do they think he's worth a third-rounder? They don't. They think he's worth even less. Even less than what the Chiefs think he's worth. Why would you do this? You wouldn't. You would never do that. He actually has not a big contract on him at all. I have a lot of draft capital here. Do I go and give them like a 5? A future 5? And just get that much better? What does his contract look like? He has 2 years left on it. We just got so much better at D-tackle and got rid of somebody that we're not going to re-sign anyways. That's really interesting. Zadarius Smith, man. I really love Zadarius Smith, man. I can't even do anything with him for 6 more weeks. Bolton. Jordan Hicks is going to get released. We're going to release Hicks. Danielle Hunter, I think, deserves everything that he's going to get. I'm interested in seeing what we can get for Dantzler. He is a star. Who needs a strong safety? Who deems that he's worth going to them? They obviously want everybody that I have. Let me take a look at Andrew Booth. 6 foot. He's nothing special. Let me look here. DeMarco Jackson. Problem is the Falcons. Just give me Kyle Pitts. Come on. Make me unstoppable. All right. They're not going to do that. I don't blame them for not doing that. You do have Jalen Mayfield. Garrett Wilson's interesting. Lorenzo Carter. I just don't see a lot here that I'm like super interested in. And I don't think he has like a really big market, you know, as far as what he's going to bring back in draft capital. I just don't think there's a lot there. Make me better on the O-line. Okay, that's fine. That's O-line depth for somebody I was going to have to re-sign that I don't want to anyways. Who gets contracts this year? Okay, we got Jefferson, Hunter, and that's really it as far as people that matter. We have a ton of cap space. We're not really like hurting ourselves as far as what we can get or what we can acquire. Let's generate the best lineup here. We keep Madison. He's playing up to an 82, but he's not going to stay at an 82. This might be a good way. I know we just re-signed him, but this might be a good time to offload him to maybe somebody like the Jets. Maybe send him. The Jets seem like an honest, actual pretty good fit for him there. I just don't know what he's worth in my current team. I'd much rather have Nyheim Hines over him, and even Ford is a better option, I feel like, than him. I don't have anything necessarily against him. I just don't think he's the greatest. At 33 years old, Adam Thielen, I think it's time we talk about you leaving our roster. I wouldn't mind T. Higgins. Give me T. Higgins and a second, and Thielen is yours. They're close. They are close. They are criminally close. All right. Thielen is gone. Farewell, my friend. I know you were a long-time Viking. We bring in T. Higgins to pair with Justin Jefferson. We get a lot younger. We get him off of the books. I'm okay with all of that. Ham, I don't think there's going to be any type of want for you. So I think we're legitimately just going to release you. I think that's what's going to work here best for us. We're going to put Charles Cross at left guard. He has abilities here. Let me see. Unspun. We're going to put Puller Elite on him. And actually, Charles Cross is going to become our honest-to-God right guard. So we definitely are making some changes here. Listen, we just won a Super Bowl, man. This is all house money, bro. This is all house money, man. We already won the big game. Now it's how do we stay there? We have Smith here. Then we have, Ezra Cleveland at 25 years old. We have Tyler Smith at 23 who's just going to sit and literally be the best. He's going to be the backup across the board to everybody aside from that right guard position. Okay. We still have holes here, right? We have some holes here. Bari, we did sign Barnett. Pass rushers, man, like, they come at a premium for a reason, but we need them. I don't know how well Kenny Pickett is going to play. I want to give him every opportunity. No. He just won an MVP. Surely he wouldn't come play for us for $18 million a year with a 9.5. That's not $192 million, but who else is giving you an offer? Where else are you gonna go? They didn't have the money to keep you, but guess what? I do. And I will give you... this is interesting, okay? This is interesting for sure. Come play for me, Dawson Knox. Because guess what's about to happen? AJ Brown, I'm going to steal you as well. Oh, no, I can't. You're too much. You're too much. But somebody like Juju Smith is not too much. Come play for us. Even at age 30, he's still a premier pass rusher in the league, man. We're about to get Lamar Jackson. What is happening? I'm set, like, everywhere, bro. I'm set everywhere. If I bring in Derwin James, it's over. It's over. You bring in Derwin James, it's just done, man. It's just done. You get Derwin James and Lamar Jackson to join the roster. How much better are we with them? Let's find out, because we're about to get them. Ink the deal, Lamar. Ink it. Your Super Bowl winning Minnesota Vikings just went out and picked up 2 superstar X Factor players in Lamar Jackson and Derwin James Jr. Why? Because we had the money to, and nobody else did. Was I okay going forward with Kenny Pickett? Sure I was. Was I okay going forward with Jaquan Brisker? Of course. But why tread ground when we just got that much better? Look at the offensive line. The receiving core is legitimately scary. If I add, I can't believe that just happened. We just picked up Lamar Jackson in free agency. As well, I would like Calvin Barkley. I'm at like a loss right now. I am so like, what? I want a top 5 pick. I want your Super Bowl winning Minnesota Vikings are all in. Okay? What do we need? What do I need these picks for? I don't. Who's got a top 5 draft pick? That's a 7. I want like 3 to 5. Lions. That's a 3 from the Raiders. They are going to give me that 3. If only because I give them this. Oh. And I'm going to give them this future 2. We're moving up to the 3 spot, guys. We're moving up to the 3 spot. We're going to take this wide receiver in the draft. This team just got legitimately scary in one offseason. We just won the Super Bowl. Do I want to pick up his option? Yes, pick up his option. It's Justin Jefferson. Pick him up. I'm like flabbergasted right now that even happened. We have a top 5 pick. If nothing else, we get a top 5 edge rusher. Like, if nothing else, we get a top 5 edge rusher. I'd like the wide receiver. If I'm being honest with you, I would like the wide receiver. Dawson Knox is going to reject our offer. That's okay. We still have a little bit of cap space here. Let's see what's in here at tight end. Ricky Seals-Jones. Not a lot to like. But you know what? If Jones will come play for us, I'll see it. Give me one moment here. Hello. Okay. Okay. Bye. Blake Jarwin. Jawan Johnson. We need to get better at tight end. That's fine. Guys. What is happening? We just signed Lamar Jackson to a 7-year deal. We get Ricky Seals-Jones. We just got so much better. It's not even funny. He wants to give me a 2 and 2 3s going forward. He wants a 2. He wants a 2 and a 3. He wants a 2, a 3, and a 5, a 2, a 4, and a 4. Give me your 2 and 2 3s, sir. And we have... You asked me. You brought the deal to me. What? I'm so confused. All right, let's see the draft recap. We might have to move up even more. They really want him. I really want him. Maybe we don't get him. But maybe we get LaMichael Hall instead. If I get LaMichael Hall or that wide receiver, I'm with it. I'm about it. Let's see what we're about. Let's get into our NFL draft 2022 offseason. And this is the draft, my friends. Before we do anything, we're going to adjust the lineup. We're going to come over here to Alexander Madison. I know we just re-signed him, but we're going to trade him away. We're not going to trade him away within the division. The Colts had real offer in him. The Cowboys have real offer in him. The Eagles have offer in him as well. Give me a 2 and a 3. Give me a 2 and a 3. These other people were willing to give me a 2 and a 3 for him. Why aren't you? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense when they do that. They offered me the stuff. I just don't understand. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not understanding exactly why. Look at this team. What? It's filthy. Lamar Jackson, Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson. That alone is enough to scare everybody. Look at the anchors on the O-line. Look at the backup on the O-line. Look at the defense. Defensive Player of the Year, Danielle Hunter. At left outside linebacker. At strong safety, we just have Derwin James Jr. In the core, Patrick Surtain II, Greg Newsome II, and our rookie from last year, Marcus Jones. On the line, you got Derek Barnett, Christian Barmore, Harrison Phillips, Kwity Paye, Onik Bari in the backup, Deshaun Elliott at free safety, Nick Bolton at middle linebacker. If we get this left outside linebacker, we are legitimately a scary team. They're going to take Zach Riddick. They took Calvin Barkley. I said I'm okay with that, but the only reason I'm okay with that is because we're going to take Denton Ritchie. He's a top 5 talent. He's on the team. He's on the team. He's a bronze, but he could have a really, really high overall. And we're just going to sit back until pick 18 in the second round. Let's see where we're at. You got somebody sitting here, Alex Wilson. He's big, 6'5". He's got good release, good catch in traffic, good catching, solid speed. He's great down the board. Look at his skills. Welcome to the team, Hidden Dev. 88 speed, 91 acceleration. Welcome to the team, bro. Who doesn't want to play for this team right now? Like, what? Who wouldn't want to be on this team as of right now? Look at Devontae Scarborough at 6'5". He's scary looking too. I don't even care. House money at this point. We have everything that we could want. Like, what more? We don't need more, guys. We have another second-round pick. Look at Ben Jefferson. He doesn't look great. He doesn't look great, if we're being real. Maybe there's a reason he's still sitting there. What do we need? Let's take a look at Tyrone Jett. He looks better. I'm going to take Tyrone Jett just to kind of bolster over there with Nick Bolton. And we'll see what we're messing with. We're going to go down to 29. And then we don't pick again until 52. Listen, I liked Chris Trout. He's still sitting there. Good throw power. Just depth to our QB room. Like, what? Why not? I can't get over this. We just inked Lamar Jackson to a 7-year deal. Like, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Hidden Dev Marlon Davis comes to the team. Listen, man. I'm gonna let them pick and see who they pick, these last two picks. This team is insane, man. Like, this team is actually insane. They're actually crazy. Fortunately, we can't consider your offers. It puts us over the salary cap. That's fine. Trade declined. Let's look at the draft recap. Let's see who we got in some of these players. Denton Ritchie is not as good as I would like him to be, if we're going to be honest. He is not what I had in mind when we traded up to the number 3 spot. I expected more. I'm going to be real with you. I expected more. Let's get a save. We're going to do the Vikings autosave and the system storage. We're going to back out. We're going to get our progression set for this year. We won't have to do this again. Only this year will we have to do this again. Let's get back out to the main screen here. Okay, so let's load our franchise. Open my franchise editor tool. We're going to do Vikings autosave. We just signed Lamar freaking Jackson, bro. We just became the best team in football. We just won a Super Bowl, and then we inked the MVP for the AFC. Like, nah, get out of my face. I understand I'm not in here. I ran this before. Go ahead and run the player progression. Season 3, preseason week 1. Let's see who gets the overall biggest jumps. Those are pretty interesting. Those are some interesting things here that I'm looking at. I'm not seeing any Vikings on this list that are getting big ones here. But that's okay. We're going to come back here to loading our franchise. We're going to upload or reload. So it ran the progression the way that it's meant to do. Let's let it load that. And we're going to open this back up. Okay, go over to our franchise. This is just bonkers, bro. Nobody offered him anything because they didn't have the money to. We were the only team that had the money to after getting rid of Kirk Cousins. Like, it's actually just insanity to think how much better this team just got. Like, what? Like, I'm just flabbergasted at this team right now. So we still have Zadarius Smith. Nick Bolton did not get much better for us there. We keep Greg Newsome the second. Davis is going to switch into this role here. Kwangwu, huh? And then Jones. This is interesting for sure. I need to look at our salaries and just see. We have a pretty big cap penalty for this year, man. We have a pretty big cap penalty for this year. Danielle Hunter, he's about to get a massive, massive contract. He's getting a big one for next year. Who can we move past here that we don't need? Like, the penalty for Zadarius Smith makes it unworth it. We're going to keep Bradbury. I like Nyheim Hines, but, like, maybe it makes more sense to just trade Nyheim Hines away to, like, the Browns or somebody who can take him. Who has the cap? Nobody has the cap that wants him. I don't have any cap. I love Nyheim Hines, though. He's my receiving back. He is 100% my receiving back. This is going to be interesting. That Kirk Cousins deal really, it's not good. It's not good at all. Let's see. Let's see what we could do here. Okay. I want to get better at wide receiver, right? Somebody wants Alexander Madison. I also have a few wide receivers in here that I could get rid of. And, you know, at D-tackle, Harrison Phillips could walk. The Cardinals like that. The Cowboys like that. Who do they have at wide receiver? Who do you have at wide receiver? You have Michael Gallup. You have CeeDee Lamb. Lamb isn't enough, though. Gallup offsets it pretty well, actually. No, we just don't have room for that. The Giants could maybe do this, but I doubt they have anybody I want. They don't. Panthers, no. Patriots, maybe. Maybe. Jacoby Myers, Charleston Rambo. 6'2", Jacoby Myers. What does that look like? We still don't have room for that. It's just tough, man. Like, we're in a spot where... Let's go here. We're going to go to our lineup. Madison's still on the block, right? Let's go put Phillips on the block as well. Add to the trade block. We might just tread ground where we're at. I'd like to get better in the wide receiver room. I don't know if it happens or not. Let's see. I don't give a single turtle crap about this. 2 new injuries. So who got injured? It's probably Zadarius Smith. So a knee cartilage tear with Bennett and Pettis goes down for 3 weeks. That's not the end of the world. I'm okay with that. Let's get into our preseason bye week and get some cuts made to the roster here, which we have a lot to make. We have a lot of cuts to make. Wyatt Davis, you're going to be gone. Kellen Mond, I don't need you. Eric Burrell, I don't need you. Johnny Munt, don't need you. Tony Jones Jr., definitely don't need you. Max Borghi moved back to the practice squad. Aaron Fuller, gone. We're looking at Lawrence Cager, gone. Christian Wilkinson, gone. Ty Freifogel, you can move to the practice squad. Anybody that can move to the practice squad, I'm fine with that. Ishmael Smith. Marset. I'm going to cut him. I'm actually going to cut KJ Osborne as well. Let's look at our scouting class and see where we're at. Cornerback and wide receiver, like, always a position of need. I'm fine with that. We can get rid... You know what? I'm going to keep the tight end. Get rid of the left tackle. Get rid of this one. That was our level 2 scout. And let's go see what we have here. Tier 3. Let's go see tier 2. I'm going to hire this guy at left end, right end. And then I think we need 2 more tier 1s. I'm going to hire this guy at middle linebacker, right outside linebacker, and... let's double up on that, actually. Let's double up. We're going to double up on middle life. We're just going to do it. So, southeast, central, and then west. He's our national scout, cornerback, wide receiver. I'm okay with that. Guys, we have Alexander Madison is back up and has trade offers. So, some of the only people I think could even do it. Okay, so he's gone. We send him to the Falcons. We aren't going to use you. So, that's fine. Let's look at our depth chart, man. Let's look at the depth chart. Quarterback. What a quarterback room to be a part of. What a room in general to go be a part of. We have Alex Wilson, the rookie, there. Tight end, we did bring in Seals Jones. He doesn't have a ton of firepower. Okay, I will admit this. Kingsley Onagbari may as well be in that spot. Like, I don't see why he wouldn't be. Christian Barrymore, Harrison Phillips, still, of course, Darius Smith. We have Nick Bolton. We're going to put Tyrone Jett there with him. Danielle Hunter at cornerback, we have Marcus Jones. I'm actually going to start Greg Newsome over Marcus Jones because Marcus Jones is going to be our slot cornerback. Kick return, that's fine. Put him there. That's fine too. Kick onside, that's okay. Garrett Bradbury, that's okay. Our third down running back is going to be Naheem Hines, and our power halfback is going to be Dalvin Cook. Slot wide receiver is Justin Ross. I'm going to give Khalil Shakur a shot to be something here. Let's look at rush D tackle. We got Barrymore and Pay. We still have Bolton out there with Jaquan Brisker. I actually really like that. I am not opposed to what they have set up here at all. Dude, I think we're a winning squad, man. I mean, all we did was get better. And not kind of better. Significantly better. If it translates, I don't know. But I guess we're going to find out. I guess we're going to freaking find out, dude. So, I just don't even know. It's just bonkers. How did we get that much better and we're 0-2? How are we 0-2 with Lamar Jackson? Derwin James 0-3, mind you. What is happening? Our team is absolutely stacked to the ceiling. We are stacked to the ceiling with talent. I don't see how they're losing anything at this point. We're going to move to the week 7 bye. Move to the Chiefs. What are we doing bad? What are we doing well? I don't know. We're doing a lot bad. How did we do better with worse players and a worse roster. Our offensive points per game is really low. Pass yards per game is incredibly low. Now, what is that indicative of? Is that Lamar? He's not great right now. But is it because of the receiving core that he has? I wouldn't point to them either, to be honest with you. I think something's just not clicking. I think something is just not clicking. And at this point in the season, they're too good to be losing games that they're losing. We're going to switch up some of the abilities that we have on some of these people. Like Za'Darius. What does Za'Darius have? He should have... He lost. He lost his abilities that he had. Okay, Derwin James. Charles Cross, you're at right guard. You need to be starting there. You need to be starting there. I can't believe what an oversight that I didn't fix that. Okay, depth chart, right guard. That's getting fixed right freaking now. Okay. What an oversight on my end, dude. Like, how? How did I let that get by? How did I let that get by? He could be up to an 80 by now if I would have had him starting. And I just never did. Week 8... I have to go look at what's available in the trade center. I have to look at who's on the trade block for some of these positions. Nobody that's going to make us much better, like, if we're being honest. Now, we're going to tread ground where we're at. And let's look at free agency. See if any wide receivers are sitting in free agency. That could help us. Randall Cobb. They're not much better than what I have, so it's not like it's going to be an immediate help. You know what I mean? Like, was the glue that held this team together, was it really Kirk Cousins? We are 2-5. 3-5. But, like, why are we getting steamrolled? We shouldn't be getting steamrolled. 3-6. We have a losing record by a lot. We just won the Super Bowl and then got a lot better after the Super Bowl. So, somebody explain that to me. We're not making the playoffs this year. We went from first to worst. We're going to start winning some of these now, but I think it's too late. It's too late to save the season. It's just too late. There's no way. Everything that we did, bringing in everybody that we brought in, we're a subpar average team. We are a subpar average team at 6-9, the bottom of our division. We are going to miss the playoffs. After making blockbuster signings, we are missing the playoffs. And I just don't see how we let it happen, man. 7-9, probably 7-10. We flipped. We went from 10-7 to going to the Super Bowl champs. We just went 7-10 in year 2 of our rebuild. I gotta say, man, I don't freaking know how it happened. I don't know how that happened. I really, really don't know that happened. We have a Washington Commanders Chiefs Super Bowl in the mix here. We're going to get to staff week, and we're going to then legitimately take a look at our franchise staff. Wes Phillips is not going to cut it anymore. I want somebody who's much better than Wes Phillips. 3-2. I want all the talents, man. Give me Byron Leftwich. You know. He's got all the talents. He's an offensive coordinator. I hired him. Is that what it's going to take for us to have a better year? I don't know. Man. That was a bad year. And the really good players on our team aren't getting better. So, or they're not getting younger. They might be getting better short term, but they're certainly not getting any younger. Okay. Danielle Hunter is numero uno. We don't have a lot here, man. We don't have a lot to deal with, but we're going to sign him. We're going to sign T. Higgins to maybe a 5-year deal. See if maybe he'll take that. So we have T. Higgins. Ezra Cleveland, you're going to walk. So is Will Hernandez. We have James Lynch, Troy Dye, Darrison Hand. All of these guys are going to walk and move us into free agency 1. We had enough money to retain who we wanted to retain. That's a good thing. Let's look at who we can move past for the next year. Who has 1 year left? None of our big players. Bolton. We do have Phillips, and I've wanted to move past Phillips for a while now. Let's see who has a top need for a D tackle. Cardinals have money for him. Give me your 3rd, and he's yours. Just get him off my books. You know what I mean? These guys just won a Super Bowl. That's why they gave up all of their stuff to get there. All right, the Cowboys have the money for him. Let's send him to the Cowboys. Let's send him to the Cowboys in return for a 3rd round pick. Okay, what if we give you a 5th? Phillips, that moves us up. Phillips is gone. Get him off the books. Okay. Justin Jefferson is about to get re-signed this year. We have to make sure we have the money for that. Deshaun Elliott needs to get re-signed. None of these other guys I'm like really worried about. Naheem Hines, meh. Barrymore, yes. These guys all have to get re-signed. Zadarius Smith is not going to get any better. He is only going to regress. And because of that, if I could get rid of him and get any type of capital out of him, I would be happy to do that. I'll send you a 3rd and a 6th. Zadarius, you give me your 2. Okay. So, all right, Zadarius is off of the books. Barrymore, Newsom. We have a pretty substantial amount of people that we have to sign for the next year. along with Kwity Paye, like Nick Bolton. There's a lot of names here that have to leave. They just have to leave. I'm not comfortable getting rid of some of these guys that we you know, that are there to get rid of. I'm not necessarily comfortable with it. So the Chargers don't have any cap. We are moving up in cap space, which is really good. Give me like a future 4, and Nyheim Hines is yours and off my books. Give me a 5th in this year. Come on. I know in real life, like, yeah, this is probably what he's worth in real life if I was to trade him. We need to take a long, hard look at our roster. We need to adjust and see what we have and what we don't have. Cross lost his superstar ability. That really sucks. We keep Sills Jones. We have Ford and Jackson. The bulk of the remaining team is still there. Denton Ritchie did not regress like I had planned on him regressing. He just didn't. He just didn't. Barnett has been fine for us. Greg Newsome is actually playing down. A lot of the players that were supposed to get better just did not get better. So it says we have 3.5 million in cap room, but we have a lot more than that. As always, I'm looking at wide receiver. How do we get better at wide receiver? And I don't just want to get kind of better. Like, I want to get better at wide receiver. I'd also like to take a look at middle linebacker. Patrick Queen would be a big get for us. 50 million bucks. We are well short. Well short. Left outside linebacker. There's just nobody there. There's just nobody there. We are well under what they were offering, huh? Oh, they really want Judy. But I really want Judy. They are offering him so much. I'm still not close. Oh my gosh. My thing is I'm like, I don't know where I'm gonna get any better, you know? I don't know how to drag my team out of this funk that apparently they are in, man. They just want too much. He wants too much. He wants way too much. Eric Kendricks is still good. Maybe we should have never moved past him. Like, I don't know. We went from being a very... I mean, we literally went from winning the Super Bowl to not even making the playoffs. That's a hard thing, man. That's a hard thing to take into account. By whatever grace of God, Jerry Jeudy just accepted this. This is really interesting. Cameron Highsmith. Let's look at this guy as well as Cassius Sheffield, I guess. Okay. The Judy signing is good. Let me look at the roster. Let me look at staff. We're going to look at franchise, not staff. We're going to look at the team schemes. I mean, this is what he runs, man. So, like, fit the scheme or don't, I guess. But, you know, we get better at wide receiver. I like that. I'm not opposed to that. Patrick Surtain. He does belong long-term is the problem. He does. And I'm going to sign him long-term, but I just can't give him quitty pay. Like, they are not... man, we kind of put ourselves in a hole here where we're in a tough spot now because we just came off a really big losing season. And to go from the Super Bowl win to that was not ideal. It's not ideal at all. I think we're in an okay spot where we're going to be okay cap-wise, I think, to sign who we need to sign now for next year. But where are we drafting, first of all? We're at 12. So this is going to be interesting. They took Eric Wilkins. We don't pick again until the second round. So you have this guy here who's good at everything. He's great. He's good at everything. And maybe he's like the way to go. But I also think somebody like Marcus Devine with his A-plus power moves could be a way to go. We also even look down here at like Cassius Sheffield, who he is great, all that stuff. He has A-plus, he has A, finesse moves, all this stuff. He just looks like an all-around freak of an athlete, Cassius Sheffield does. And that might be who we come back for. Okay. Yeah, I know. I agree. I know. I think we're going to take Cassius Sheffield. Like, I think this guy's a stud. I think this dude's a straight-up stud, and we're going to take him. Pass rushers come at a premium, and I can't afford to not have these guys on my team. So, and then Cameron Highsmith is still there for us in the second. So we're going to take him. So we still get our middle linebacker. We get our edge rusher. I am pretty happy about where we fell here. About how those two guys fell to us there. Like, who do we really need? Do we need Sergio Jacobs? Like, probably not, but whatever. We'll take depth at tight end. We went and got Jerry Jeudy. We have a really good receiving core. We get middle linebacker. We get an edge rusher. This guy is not a pass rusher at all. Like, he wouldn't be bad at it, but he's not a pass rusher. Finesse moves, power moves. I just want pass rushers. Like, that's what I'm after right now. it's really hard to say where we should go here. Bob Redmond, maybe. Honestly, I think we just take Spellman and see what we have in him. Chances are he's not going to be anything spectacular, but we'll see. Okay. Okay. I'll be right back, guys. Give me one moment.
whitefish. You're here to witness your favorite daily dish. We're on the A-list, never miss.
have to tell them, like, we're not getting rid of it because we want to. We're getting rid of it just because
There's other
there's
circumstances.
other things.
He's like, he even said it. He's like, man, things happen, bro. He's like, I get it.
I just hate. I don't.
Josh said, buy Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I'm at work till 9, but Jake bought it for me, and it's 10 out of 10 for me. Heck yeah, bro. I'll have to check it out. Maybe I won't buy it, but maybe Jason will end up buying it, and we'll end up checking it out. I'm actually gonna end it, guys. I'm sorry about the hiatus. We had somebody come to look at the vehicle we're selling, and I had to go talk to them. We are about to start year 3 of our Vikings franchise. We'll probably get through year 3, 4, and 5 tomorrow. And then maybe do Apex on Wednesday. We'll see what happens, though. We are in the last days of March, which means we are running out of time to get entered into the Star Center giveaway for March. All you have to do is send stars. That's it. All you got to do is send stars. That's the only thing you got to do to qualify. That's it. So send some stars, get in. I think right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 people in the giveaway. So really, your chances of winning, if you're thinking about winning a shirt or whatever in merch, 1 in 12 is a pretty good shot. Pretty good chance there. So don't forget to do that, guys. I'm going to be back tomorrow. I'm going to get off now. And I'm not sure what we're going to do, but I need to eat some food. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Be safe. Take care. Make good decisions. We will see you guys tomorrow. And, yeah,